Hello guys, it's Celia Motuning Zengele here. Welcome to this YouTube channel. If you're coming across this YouTube for the first time, welcome. Please stay and subscribe. If you're coming back again, welcome. Thank you for spending your data and your time on me. Thank you for believing in me. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and share, and remember to like this video as well. Set the notification bell so that next time I upload these videos, you can be among the first people to see it. Now, coming to today's topic, we're gonna talk about MacG podcast and chill. I am one of the chillers. Who is MacG? MacG is a South African DJ radio presenter who has worked for several stations in the country. Among the several, we can call YFM and 94.7 as one of the stations that he worked for. And the reason he is now in the news is because of his interview with a lady called Lennox. Who is Lennox? Her real name is Courtney Sinead Salter. That is her real name. And her stage name is Lennox. She's an R&B singer that lives in America, Washington, D.C. to be exact. And she's a female artist who was the first to be signed by J. Cole record label. Fine. Now, MacG managed to bag an interview with Lennox a few days ago. Now, on that interview, everything went well. It was a virtual interview, meaning he was interviewing her while she was still in America. They were just doing it on the internet. Fine. Now, amongst the questions that he was asking, he was in the news and said to have invaded Lennox by asking this question, which I'm gonna quote directly. Is someone fucking you good right now? Yes, he did. He did ask her that question. In other words, who is someone having sex with you good right now? Why would a person jeopardize his own interview like that? I don't know. Only him knows. Maybe it's for the ratings. Maybe it's for whatever reason. But what's the problem with asking this question? Let's start there. This question is very invasive. As a woman, I wouldn't want to be asked such a question. I don't think there is any woman. Let's not generalize. There are those women who would love such kind of questions. I'm sorry, I'm one of those that wouldn't like to be asked such a question. Now, let's come to another thing. When he asked this question, Lennox, her body language changed. Even her speech, she was like, you could tell that she was asking. Now, of all questions, how can you ask me? Where does that come from? And the audacity that MacGyver has, he said, I'm asking you because that's what you said in one of your songs. So, to me, that was using narcissistic traits. I'm not saying Mugwebo is a narcissist, but I'm saying he was using narcissistic traits because narcissistic traits are like the person can do something to you, and instead of them apologizing, they see nothing wrong. Actually, they blame you for it. So that's what he did. He blamed Ari Lennox for it. For him asking that question. I'm asking you this question because you started it. You caused me to ask this question because you sang about it. That is a narcissistic trait. But that is a narcissistic trait. It is a narcissistic trait. Even though many men in South Africa think like you, that does not make it right. And I will say this exposed the kind of men that we have in this country. This question, it exposed a lot. If you can go to Twitter, the Bluebird app, I'll say it again. You know, I'm gonna say something. As women or girls of this country, if you wanna get married, don't get married to someone whom you have not seen commenting on Twitter. I'll tell you why. Because on Twitter, it's like people are something else that they are not in front of everyone. It's like a Twitter is a space where everyone decides to show people who they can be, who they are capable of being, and the other side that no one knows. The sides that you don't know in the house, you don't know in the street, the sides that no family member knows. Those are sides that we see on Twitter. People are gaslighting others. They are bullying others. There is so much public humiliation. There is so much humiliation done to people. Gaslighting, cyberbullying. You name it, it's there on Twitter. It's such a dangerous space for fragile people. It is such a toxic space for everyone. It's very toxic, particularly if you are not strong emotionally. You would suffer if you were to be discussed on Twitter, or if you were to see the kinds of discussions about you on Twitter. You'd break, because those people have got no hearts. No, they have hearts when you meet them somewhere else, not on that space. And there's nothing wrong with Twitter, but the people in Twitter, I call, they are something else. Now, I want to say something. Now, he has already asked this question. He sees the body language. He sees that this person, he hears that this person is not comfortable. The discomfort was very clear. You know what he did? He just laughed. He laughed it off like it's nothing. And while laughing, having fun, he was blaming her for asking that question. Hence, I say he used narcissistic traits on her. And it's not even long that he had another interview that landed him and the interviewee in water. Mulemo Arohanye was his guest not so long ago, and there he asked just one question. Who were you smashing at the time? And oh, you know, it was like two bulls in one, that the other one had to prank, you know, the other one had to. Guys, Jub came with it. I was banging, I was smashing, you know. He even said, whoever was a virgin, I just saw a virgin. And yes. Maybe I'm too old for this. But it's not surprising to me, as old as I am, that we are living in a country that is number 1 on gender-based violence deaths, that is number 1 on rape stats. We are excelling at all the bad things. Gender-based violence and rape, we are number 1. Actually, our country is supposed to be a state of emergency, just for those two reasons. Gender-based violence, the kind of domestic violence that happens in our country, and the femicides that are happening in general, and the rape cases that are skyrocketing. And you get surprised that the men of this country are not respecting women. To them, we are just pieces of meat. And by saying that, I'm reminded of someone on Twitter, Chris Excel. Chris Excel, I think the time has come for you to come out from beyond that picture that you are hiding behind. You are having a picture of a beautiful lady, but behind that picture, we really want that man to come out. Have your picture there so that at least we get to see who you are, who you really are. The nerve of Chris Excel comparing Lennox with a butchery and not wanting to be treated like a piece of meat. But she is selling a butchery. The nerve, that was like, wow. I was like, wow. Yeah, the men in our country are sick. The men in this country are so sick. But Mukwebo, this is not surprising. There's another interview that I think this was supposed to have been exposed as well at the time, because the Natasha Thahane interview, right where it starts, Natasha says to Mukwebo, you know, I'm disappointed in you because when I was 16, there was a shout out because it was my birthday and so on, and you took it the other way. So apparently Mukwebo decided to take it the other way, and Natasha insisted that he apologizes. He does apologize, but he laughs like it's funny. You can even tell that he is just apologizing just for the sake of apologizing, not because he recognizes or he is aware that this did not sit well with Natasha Thahane. And she says, I was 16 when that happened. So you are used to doing this to women. You are used to disregarding women's feelings when I'm MacGyver. McGee, the kind of words you use make me wish you could have a girl child, because I think once you can be a father of a girl child, the tone and the language you use is going to certainly change. I swear to you. I doubt you have a girl child of your own. And I think you don't care about their nieces and everybody that is a woman in your family. Because the kind of language you use, the smashing words that you are using, they may be the in words, but are they respectful enough for a country where we are having a pandemic of gender-based violence and femicide? Are we okay with such words? Are we keeping such words? Whereas we can see that the more such words are used, the more the numbers are increasing of gender-based violence and rape. You can say, it's just the words that are being used like it's normal. And we have used them a lot of times before. A lot of times in your interviews. And you got away with it for a long, long time. I don't know. Maybe it's for the ratings. But can you say you are adding positively to our society? We are proud of the work that you do. We are all proud. Hence, we are not afraid to use our data to sit and watch you. And your podcast interviews are very long. Sometimes they do get to 2 hours, but we don't mind. We do sit and watch because we see the good that you do. But can't you just respect us as the women of this country and just ignore to use some of the words that are not okay, that are not like that people have already expressed that they are not okay with them? Will it be too hard for you to do that? And when you apologize, can it be from the heart and stop saying things like, I am uncancelable? I cannot forget, I was watching that one as well and said, I am uncancelable. You can say that you are uncancelable, yes. You are the king, yes, we see that. But please, and we love you, we like you. But you can do away with some of the words. We have a problem that needs the country as a whole. Or are you still that man that was charged with a case of assault in 2018 June? In June 2018, you, MacGee, it's alleged that there was a case of an alleged baby mama who is allegedly having a son with you, who you were alleged to have beaten and kicked her to a pulp, knowing South African police, they would never listen to someone saying, I was beaten to a pulp, and then they sit and write a statement, okay, you are beaten by to a pulp, whereas they don't see the beatings on her, they see nothing. I doubt they would have. With the kind of police we have in this country, where they even take the minor things and decide, or they take even serious cases and say, go and talk about it at home. MacGyver, are you still that man? And you know what? When I keep digging, I hear that this happened at Midrand, allegedly, and the alleged girlfriend at the time said the reason why she was allegedly beaten to and killed to a pulp was because of her cell phone. She alleged that you demanded to see her cell phone, and because she refused, or she asked you, why do you want to see my cell phone? And then the fight ensued from there. That was another narcissistic behavior, if that is the truth. Because with a narcissist, everything is about them, and whatever they want, they must get. A narcissist wants everything for them. Everything is about them. If I say, give me your cell phone, I must give your cell phone. I must give you my cell phone, whether I like it or not. It's about you. Everything is about the narcissist all the time. I'm not saying you are a narcissist, but I'm saying narcissists are like that. And narcissists, it's about them. I am unconsolable. That is another narcissistic trait. I'm not saying you are a narcissist, but I'm seeing narcissistic traits. Should I be afraid as the person that is a chiller, that likes you very much? If you can even not see the need to apologize to a child that tells you, I was 16 years old, and at the time I was only 16 years when I was just saying, keep on keeping on, and you took it the other way around. You took it the way a narcissistic trait person would. Like, they think everything is about them. It's about them. No one else matters. So, MacGyver Mkwebo, does the country matter to you? Does the pandemic that we have of gender-based violence and femicide matter to you? Is it your fight as well as it is ours? Or it's not? It's none of your business. We should know. Maybe it is none of your business. Maybe it's because you don't have your own girl, so what is it? And I am afraid that if we don't have big people like you, MacGyver Mkwebo, you are a big person in this country. You are big. If you don't use your stage that you have positively to help with the gender-based violence that we have in this country, you're going to have a problem. Yes, your ratings are going up. But really, at some point, people are going to see beyond what is there, because you cannot be in the same thing over and over and over and over again. Do you really want your reputation to be built on disrespecting women? Really, 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 really? I don't think so. I believe so much in you. I really do think that you really want to add value to this country. And you are doing a great job just beside this thing. This little bit tiny weeny thing that needs to be taken out. Disrespecting women. And I must say, you really did respect Lennox. And very few women would have been okay with you asking them such question. I won't generalize and say all women would have felt disrespected by that question, because I do understand that there are those who do not care. But remember, as a person that's making interviews and that will interview many people in future, take that into consideration, that some questions are not to be asked. Maybe you should, before you interview anyone, ask them and hear the discomforts. Maybe send them a list of questions that you would ask them. And don't surprise them while you are busy now asking questions, now come up with surprise questions. Don't do that. That is an ambush on people. So don't ambush people with questions like those that are very disrespectful. And I don't think I'm the only one that felt that is a disrespectful question. And this is not about America and South Africa, no. This is not us being pro-American or trying to be Americans in South Africa, no. We are just trying to be respected. We are just trying to have our children respected. We are just trying to have our daughters respected. We have been disrespected in this country for a long, long time. And our children are bearing the brunt of the same thing too. It's up to us to stand up and say, enough is enough. Enough with the disrespect. Let us respect each other. Remember how the words trash and what were cancelled. Even on Facebook, if you cannot type so and so is a trash, Facebook will give you a strike right there. So some words, the same way we cannot use words in correlation with men, in correlation with trash, the same way we should avoid to use some of the words in respect of women. Just respecting women, let's avoid those words, and your show will still grow. Find other ways in which you can make your show grow. It will certainly grow. It's growing. It will still grow. It won't stop growing just because you have decided to respect women more. It won't. And now, right now, I leave you MacGyver Mkwebo and Chris Excel. We're still waiting to see you. Now I want to address Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa. My president, I'll address you again. This is not the first time I'm addressing you. As women of South Africa, we are suffering. We've suffered enough. What is it that is needed for you to step up? For you to step up and come up with a plan to show that you are also respecting women. Do you really think we have to leave this country, go on exile, like you did in those times when we were fighting apartheid? Right now we are fighting gender-based violence and femicide in our country. Should the women go on exile only to be taken seriously in their country? I'm talking to you because, Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa, you are showing no intentions of helping us fight this battle. I'll make just one example. When you were in the Val Triangle around time before, either September or October, when you were here for elections, when you were trying to get support for your party, you were in what do you call? You were traveling with a pastor, Pastor Bishop Bafana Zondo, who is charged with 9 counts of rape and 1 count of defeating ends of justice. And that pastor was praying for you. He was very much on the forefront. Mr. President, before you, 2 of your office bearers did go to his church as well. They went there, made speeches there, on his pulpit there. They went there. But strange, Ace Magashule, who I don't know, whom I am not friends with, whom I'm not even his follower, was put aside. I think on the news we heard how much he has to step aside because there are cases of fraud against him. Fraud. Money is very important in this country than human life, than women life, than children life. Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa, people like Isma Khashule and the others were asked to step aside because they are charged with fraud. They are charged with using or misusing the funds of the country. the funds, money. And when you travel, you are in company of a person that has violated or that is charged with violation of 9 counts of women, which is just a number of women that had the guts of standing up and said, me too, I was a victim. Whereas there are many who are still afraid to stand up and be counted among those who were victims there. You are in company with that person on your journey of finding recruits for your party. While his case is still on at High Court, Pretoria High Court, not some smaller nyana court somewhere, the High Court of the country. And you expect us to believe that you are fighting for us. No wonder you made many empty promises in that day. You once promised us that people who kill women won't get bail, people who rape won't get bail. They are still getting bail. They are still getting bail. And you also promised us harsh sentences, life sentences. Where are they? Because people are still getting 10 years. 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. Yes. Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa, you are not helping us fight the fight against gender-based violence and femicide. And you classify it as the second pandemic. It's not. It's not a second pandemic. It's actually the first. COVID is nothing. COVID comes and goes. COVID comes and goes. GBVF has always been here. It is here and it doesn't look like it will go anywhere until you do something about it. Sir, when are you going to start doing something about the gender-based violence in this country? When are you going to help us fight the gender-based violence in this country? Are you even willing to? Should we be worried about you? Should we be worried about the intentions of you wanting not to be associated with fighting gender-based violence and just selling a business that's not there? You are selling us an empty promises all the time. Whatever you promise us doesn't happen. Are you part of this toxic masculinity, sir? It's just a question. I'm just asking, not accusing you. I respect you a lot. You are my president. But you don't inspire what? You don't inspire trust in me. You don't inspire trust in the women that are in this country. And we are disappointed. We're getting disappointed every day. Every day. We are not safe anywhere in this country. We are not even safe behind our screens. We are not safe even behind our screens. Let me tell you something about that pastor that you were in company of, that was praying for you at Zone 14 or Zone 3 or wherever place you were in the Val when you were here recruiting for your party. Let me tell you something. The first time he appeared in the Supreme Court, we were denied access. There was just 2 of us activists there. We were denied access to get into the court. Only 2 people, we couldn't get into the court. Only his people could fill the court. That's number 1. Number 2, when he came out of there, one of his bodyguards promised to kill us. And he was saying it in like, we will kill you. He didn't say, I will kill you. He said, we will kill you. I don't know him and who. He threatened to kill us. He threatened that they will kill us. I don't know who and who, but he was counting himself in. A bodyguard of the pastor. And when you are in company with that person, how does that inspire trust in you as the president? How does that inspire that I can run to you when things are bad and I see you, that I'm safe with you? How do you inspire safety? How do you inspire trust? I'll ask that over and over again. That is not trust inspiring at all. Thank you. I end right here. And thank you so much to everyone that was watching here. I just hope this can get into a point where the president can see it, because really we have a major problem. I don't know whether as women of this country we need to go to exile and fight this fight from outside the country, because seemingly inside here we are just gonna be killed and killed and killed each and every day until I don't know what happened. I don't know who will be killed until what happens. Thank you so much for watching this video live, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, and share it, share, and please, I'm begging you, subscribe, like, click the notification bell. Thanks a lot, and don't get tired. There's more videos to come. Bye bye. I love you.